Okay, so this is to talk about our guys. And so Davion's first one. I'm going to sit down. And so he reminds me of Monterey Baldwin in a lot of ways. And so there's a great start and stop with him. And there is ability to make plays after the catch with him. And so you can see him here, he's a slot. And so whether it's bubble screens or it's quick passes, he's someone that can take a 3-yard thing and make it be a 73-yard thing. His speed is really good. But he can make contested catches too. But it's our deal to try to get him in space like this, and he can show off his speed, which is really, 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 really good. And so when you watch his film, I know early on, it reminds you of Monterey. He's got probably a little bit even better than Monterey, kind of working through traffic and all that. He can make catches that are down the field and all of it, but speed, agility, stop and start, really, really, really good.
On Davon,
Yeah.
would y'all look at potentially playing him in a different position just because he's got so much, speed, athleticism, the track stuff? Do you think he could move around?
I think he could, but I think he's really dynamic in this space, and I think that we can really maximize him with some of the screens that we got and some of the 3-step game that we got, and even the RPOs that we have. Right? If it's an 8-man box and we're running a play and the safety comes down, he gets a step on a nickel, he could take it all the way. And so we're excited about that. Donnell, big, physical. I think of gap schemes when I think of him. I think of pulling linemen. This is him right here. I think of pulling. I think of moving people. I think of physicality. And so really, really talented, is a great kid. There's some rawness to him where like his best football is ahead of him. Got good feet for being a big dude, but there's a nastiness and an aggressiveness and a dog mentality. And I just think what in this offense, like downhill run, the physicality that he's going to bring is special. And so excited for him. Jaylen, so he plays with his hands really, really well. He's on this film is outside. He could play inside, so he's got flexibility to do either or. There's good quickness with him and acceleration, deceleration. The stop-start is good, but his ability to play with his hands, this is a good clip of it. His ability to play with his hands and then play a primary gap to a secondary gap is really a big difference for him and other kids. And so powerful, lower center of gravity, can make plays sideline to sideline, but his use of hands is really special. We're excited for him. He's a leader.
Sorry, does it feel like he's going to be more inside on your
I think so,
team?
probably so. Yeah, he's got the ability to be outside though too. His pass rush ability, I think, is underrated. Yeah.
Coach, when you're looking at players like in the trenches,
Yeah.
how much of it do you prioritize speed as opposed to power?
You want both. Yeah, you want suddenness and you want displacement and pop. Yeah, you got to have both. And so the power has to happen fast because there's less reaction time the closer you are to the ball. Yeah. Electric, this dude, really like him. Jamarion has got instinct and it's got a nose for the football. There's a suddenness to him. He is a playmaker. And so, battled through some stuff this year, but is, I think, one of the most electric playmakers that we got. So really, I think he's been underrated his whole career. I think he's a football player. He loves it. Football comes naturally to him. I think it's a language that he was born speaking. He's got pop, like you see. He's a really good one. Jamarion's got great speed, great ability to go up, make a play. His ball skills are elite. He's a little bit shorter in stature, but way fast. Can jump really high, but can come down with the ball, man. Make plays on the ball. That's an example. There's a bunch of film of him just when there's a chance to go make a play, he goes ahead and makes it. There's another example of the ball getting out. So he is that way. There's guys that are that way, and there's guys that ain't. He's clearly that way. I think there's a mentality with him to win. So he wants to compete. He wants to battle. Whoever the best guy is, he wants to cover that guy. excited for him. He's a winner, and we're excited to get him. Jordan, way smart, is a guy that loves football, and is for a safety, like his length and his ability to kind of pack on weight and his physicality at that position is something that really we have not had since we've been here at Baylor. Is a long, big, physical safety, kind of rangy. He gives us that. He loves ball. He knows the insides and outs. He could draw all 11 on defense and all 11 on offense. He's very analytical in the way he thinks. I think he's going to end up being a coach at some point, but loves football, is got enough quick twitch to cover in the slot, but we like him as kind of a quarter safety and a post safety that can break on the ball and make plays.
Coach, in your time here, especially last year, it feels like you kind of had long, rangy cornerbacks and
Yes.
smaller safeties.
Changing.
Does
Yeah,
it feel
it's
like
changing.
that's changing?
Yeah, it's changing. Yeah.
With Jordan, how hard was kind of evaluating him just because of the level of competition that he was playing? Was it important to like see him on campus? And
It
things like
was,
that?
yeah, and I think initially when you don't know the kid, those questions come into play. But then you get to know him, and then you get to know his dad and his dad's history, and then you talk ball with him, and then it goes all the way into depths of the X and O's and Y's and schemes and adjustments and all these things. And then you go, man, this kid's smart, this kid gets it, he's all about the right things, and then you fall in love with him, yeah. And he's someone through whatever ups and downs this season is always a bright light and is always someone that kind of brings encouragement and joy. I think that's just his personality. So the people that burn bright like that, you can't get enough of them. Yeah, Kai, big, physical. You know, I think he's from a family that loves football, and he's got great ball skills for being a bigger dude. This film is going to show a bunch of catches, but he can block on the line of scrimmage. So you kind of see him as being a Y, but we can flex him out, and he's a mismatch versus DBs because he's going to tower over them. But he's got speed and agility to make downfield decisions, to find space and get open, and then he's got the hands to make contested catches. So we're excited for him. It's a big battle to get him out of Utah. It's a big recruiting challenge, and so fired up for him. Yeah, I think London's going to have something here later on, and so we kind of have to keep this part kind of quiet until London has his. I think a lot of you guys are probably going to be at London's thing, but London's a leader, London's a dog, London is a competitor, and when I think of London, that's what I think of. And then when you watch the film, it speaks out, because London's the dude. If it's one-on-one, throw me the ball. If it's, I got to make a play, get it to me, right? Or who's the best guy over there? I want to go against him. That's London. And his film shows all of that.
They lined him up a lot so obviously he's outside here, but
Yeah.
they lined him up a lot in the slot at university. Does that feel like something that y'all want?
I think he could play both. I kind of see him as being an outside guy, kind of like this. I like this right here with London, because he's someone that I would trust to make this play. That if you get him kind of lined up one-on-one, that we can take advantage of that, and that's something that we'll win. But he has the quickness and the agility to play in the slot, but he's got the hands and the release mechanics to win one-on-one. And so we're excited for him, man. A playmaker and a leader.
We'll talk about him a little bit later, but how important was it for y'all to get sort of like the Baylor legacy?
Good, yeah, way important, way important. He loves Baylor. He wants to be here. He wants to win. He wants to flip it. So, yeah, we want him to do that.
How quickly do you think he could be on the field? What more does he need to do?
No, I think he's going to have a great opportunity this spring to do that. He's going to have every opportunity to do that, and we want to make sure that he's provided with that. I think the way that he works and the way that his mentality is wired, he's one you would bet on to do it. Yeah. Parker played quarterback, and I was just walking with his brother to his one-on-one meeting with Paul Gonzalez. But Parker loves football. Parker is a football fanatic, and played quarterback, played receiver, played tight end. He plays whatever he needs to play so this team can win. Very intelligent, can break it all down and can answer the whys and the hows and go through the hows. Is a winner, right? Has won at his job and their side of the ball's job and the team's job. And so just there's an energy with him that you really appreciate. I see him as a U, where Kai was more of a Y. So this would be a guy you can move around and put him in different spots. We've had some guys here in the past that were kind of this way, that we could move around, could lead block, could insert, could release in the flat, could run an RPO off of an outside linebacker with. And so he fits that mold and fits a need. So excited for him. Great family.
Were you surprised at how well he played at
No,
quarterback, given
yeah.
he hasn't played it a lot?
No, I know. Yeah, he loves ball, man. You just can't. That's the best thing about this class is that they love football, is that they're all about it and they're studying it and they're watching it on their own and they're in their huddle accounts and they're all grinding away. Is they love football. That's all the talent and the heart set and all the things are right, but these guys love ball and they want to win.
A guy like Greg obviously changed he was a different animal.
Yes.
But how much do you look for that versatility, whether it's Parker and Kai or whoever? How much versatility is important in what you're looking for?
It's important. Yeah, I think Kai gives us that ability, and Parker does too, where they can play in line and then play flexed out. And then really what you're looking for you only want to be versatile is if it's a matchup problem. Like if I could take someone that's an inside guy and put him outside, and the guy that walks out with them is a matchup advantage for us, then you want that. You want to take advantage of that. And I think both these guys give us the ability to do that. Yeah. Quinn. So Quinn loves ball. He can win with his arm. He can win with his legs. And that's important. I think he processes really fast. And so he can take you through kind of, this is what I saw, this is what was going on, and can make decisions quickly. So really fast processor back there. Understands football and can see it from miles away, in terms of what they're running coverage-wise and where the ball has to go. But I think the biggest thing with him is that he's a leader, and guys love playing for him, and he wants to lead. He wanted to come to Baylor. He saw what Sawyer was doing and the way that Sawyer had his platform and the way that Sawyer was using his platform for his faith and for just the heart that Sawyer had. And I think that was big inspiration for Quinn. He wants that. And when I talk to him, we talk about that. But yeah, great arm and can win with his legs, is somebody that's smart and sees football. I think he's ahead of his game in terms of how he can process stuff and where to put the ball. And so there's not a lot of, hey, this guy's covered, I'm freaking out, where do I go with the ball? He knows where to go with it.
Sounds like he really led this class too.
Yes.
Maybe recruiting-wise.
Yeah.
How big was he in pulling a lot of these?
Really important, yeah. And it was personal for him. I mean, he was way out in front with that. And he would text me and text Spav that he wants to do more. And so we appreciate him.
I know during the season you talked about wanting Sawyer to run more. How important was that for recruiting to find a mobile quarterback?
It's important. Yeah, it's important. We're looking for that. That is one of the top two things we're looking for. Yep. Ryland is explosive, man. He is a dynamic game changer. And so he's someone that can take a 3-yard run and go 73 yards with it. And so great vision, great balance, and his acceleration is really special. This is a great run that kind of showcases all those things. But I think anytime he touches the ball, there's a chance he can take it the distance. He's also really special out of the backfield. And so getting him out of the backfield where he's matched up on a linebacker or a safety is a mismatch for us. And so he brings a real special home run ability. And it is.
Sorry, you haven't had a lot of running backs, or at least it seems like you're throwing to them out of the backfield in those patterns, but lining them up in
Yes.
the slot or anything
Yes.
like that, it hasn't been
Yes.
in the offense. Is that something
Yes,
that you're
yes.
looking to do?
With him, he can do that. He opens that up. And then, his special teams ability is there too, to play on those units. But he's a home run hitter. And then, the thing about him too is that, he wants to come to Baylor because of Baylor. And he wants to come and get the education, and he wants the faith component. He wants all of the things. Way proud of him and excited to have him. Tyrone, man, brings juice. He'll text me in the morning and he gives everyone he knows like pep talks and pump up, messages, and it's just the positivity flowing from this dude is unreal. And he is so excited to be here. We're excited to have him. He's a pass rusher, and so he played outside and inside. I think we've been able to hit on some pass rushers here these last 2 years. I feel like we're hitting home with him. Can rush and play with his hands really good. I think that first clip probably might show it the best. But is trained and is athletic enough to win one-on-ones, and is further along with his hands and his feet than most pass rushers. He's got a good knack for finishing, and so he brings some juice, man. There is energy that comes with him. Loves football, loves Baylor, wants to be here. We're excited for him.
Obviously, a lot of these guys will have to develop, but do you feel, just looking at the stats on him right now, 215, do you feel like he's going to, have to put on some weight to really be that pass rusher that you need?
Yeah, he can. I think in our dime package, he can play on third down and contribute, and then there'll be opportunities with special teams with just his height, speed ratio to really contribute there too. Yeah.
Coach, a lot of the players you keep talking about, you keep saying how they're leaders and they're always taking the initiative. What does it mean to you that, the players that you've signed are taking the initiative to be leaders for the team and that you don't have to tell them that?
We look for that. Yeah, that's way important. I think we look for guys that can put themselves out in front. They can take responsibility and accountability for not only them, but for the team and ownership. And so those guys have done that. We're excited that they want to be a part of.